Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Old Time Rock and Roll. I'm your host, David Tare, where I've been featuring my personal top 3,000 songs of the rock era from 1954 to 1999. And today I'm up to song number 2639, and that one is Total Eclipse of the Heart by Bonnie Tyler. This was a number one hit by her, or only number one. Went to number one in 1983. Same year it was released, and it was also released on her album entitled um, Faster Than the Speed of Night. I guess both of those titles are sort of plays on scientific terms: total eclipse of the sun or the moon, and faster than the speed of light. It even looks like it's got a laser beam going through her ears. So I don't know. I think this is a very strange song. Also, a very strange video. I remember when the video came out. And here's a picture of Bonnie Tyler, by the way. Very beautiful woman. I think also had a really beautiful voice. Didn't have a lot of hits, unfortunately, at least not in the USA. She was Welsh. I'm going to get into her later. But first, I want to talk about this song, Total Eclipse of the Heart. I never knew what it was about when I first heard it. I mean, I learned something new. I just looked this up today. Total Eclipse of the Heart was about just the ultimate heartbreak. It's obviously she's very devastated in the song. You can kind of tell from the lyrics. Nothing she can do. Total Eclipse of the Heart. I guess she just feels like she's just devastated and begging for love and just kind of feels like the world's come to an end basically. And if you watch the video, it kind of looks that way too. I mean, the video is very strange. I remember watching it, I think once or twice when I was in college. MTV was popular at the time, and they were playing this video on MTV a lot. And I just never got it. I mean, they show her in this big church, and they show these angels with lit up eyes, and there's also like demons. I guess there's sort of vampire demons flying at her and attacking her, and just all this devastation going on in this church. All these things breaking. Finally, at the end of the video, she gets out of the church, and the outside almost looks like she's graduated or something, maybe from her position at the church. It's hard to know what's going on, but then there's all these, I guess there's sort of like priests or clergy or whatever singing the song, and a few of them, one of them I think has bright eyes outside the church. And I never knew what the song was about. And I'm not religious myself, so I'm not impressed at all by any of the religious symbolism in this song because to me it doesn't really mean anything. So I'm not a big fan of this song. I know it went to number one. It was a big, huge hit. I think one of the biggest hits of the year, 1983. But I was never all that crazy about it. Anyway, now I'm going to talk a little bit about Bonnie Tyler as an artist. She was born in 1951 in Wales. I guess she was Welsh. And she didn't have a lot of hits, at least not in the USA. I think she was a lot more popular in the UK and I think in Europe in general. Her first international hit came out in 1976. That was called Lost in France, and it was not in the USA, but it went to number nine in her native UK and also number three in Germany. Interesting. It was a hit in several European countries, but not France, which kind of surprised me. I mean, maybe it's an anti-French song. I've never heard this song, so I don't even know what that one's about. But I remember her first big hit in the USA. That was "It's a Heartache," which came out in 1977. And I did really like that song when it came out. I mean, I wasn't that crazy about her voice. Her voice was very raspy, but I did like the song. And for some reason or other, her voice, I don't know why, it reminded me of Janis Joplin. I don't know where that came from, but Janis Joplin was another singer with a very raspy voice. I mean, her singing was pretty terrible, kind of like Bob Dylan, I guess. But she had a lot of great hits, a lot of great songs, and obviously she was very very big part of the 60s, the whole counterculture movement. And I don't know, I just, when I first heard the song It's a Heartache, it reminded me of Janis Joplin. Another singer reminds me of Janis Joplin is Alanis Morissette. I remember when I first heard the song Hand in My Pocket. I thought that one sounded like it could have been written and performed by Janis Joplin as well. So I go figure. I don't know where all that came from, but anyway, I did like the song. It's a Heartache. I wasn't crazy about Total Eclipse of the Heart, but she had one more hit. In 1984, she had a hit from the movie. It was featured in the movie Footloose. Here's a poster of Footloose. Footloose is an excellent movie, by the way. I think I've already mentioned in a few other videos. Excellent music, excellent dancing, excellent acting job, mainly by the lead actor Kevin Bacon. I really like this music and movie, and I really like the story. And I have several other songs from the soundtrack to Footloose coming up on my list. I think even "Holding Out for a Hero" is that was a song she had from this movie. That one only went to number 34. But I do like this song, and I think there's a good dance scene that Kevin Bacon does along to it, like he does to most of the songs in the movie. So I just thought I'd mention that one. After that, she only had a couple minor hits, at least in the USA. Her other hits were "Here She Comes," which went to number 76 later in 1984. And in 1986, she had her last Billboard Hot 100 hit that was called "If You Were a Woman and I Was a Man." That one went to number 77. So not a lot of hits for her. I guess she wasn't all that popular, at least in the United States, she wasn't. And I don't think she was a really great artist myself, and I'm not that crazy about Total Eclipse of the Heart, even though it was a number one song and it was her biggest hit. That's why I guess I put it at number 2639, which is pretty low for number one songs. Anyway, that completes my profile of Total Eclipse of the Heart by Bonnie Tyler. Thank you for watching. You guys rock, and I'll see you next time. Bye.